pre-York at home. Mark, it's been a while since you've been preparing for a game off the back of a draw. Is it? Presumably, it's a better feeling than preparing for a game off the back of a defeat.
Yeah, of course, it's a silly question. But no, I think we're finding our form at the minute. I'm pleased with how things have gone over the last month in particular. I think there's still plenty more to come. But I just want the boys to keep doing what they're doing. We should have won the game Saturday. That's the only disappointment, that we didn't kill them off. You know, we created numerous chances for an away team. I thought we were so much on top, but we didn't win. So it's important now that we try to get back to winning ways as quickly as we can, and that's York on Saturday.
You mentioned the need to put teams to the sword when you're on top. How do you make sure that you can cash in those situations?
Take our chances, be more ruthless, get that killer edge. It's not too often that we've been on top in games. You know, of late we have. Saturday was just a real example where we've got to learn from it. We should have kept our foot on the gas and got that second and third goal, but we didn't. But it was still a pleasing performance, and we can go into Saturday with again full of heart, full of confidence, knowing that our best football's coming and it's ahead of us.
Does selection become any easier if you keep on improving?
That's the idea, is to keep a settled team, and if we have to change it every now and again, great. It's up to the boys in the shirts, how difficult my selection dilemmas are. At the minute, we're not too far away from a settled side at the minute, and if we have to change it, it's up to that person to come in and make a difference. We've got people who can change it. We haven't got the biggest squads in the world, but I'm reasonably happy with where we are.
And if you can keep this upward turn, is there an element of what hasn't broken you make you stronger?
Yeah, I think so. We're 10 points off top of the league at the minute, so that's just how tight it is. We're not kidding ourselves that we are a finished article and it'll just happen. We've got to work doubly hard now to keep our foot on the gas and make sure that it's an upward progression. We've seen what 2 or 3 wins can do for teams. We've just got to make sure that we turn performances into results now.
And York, just below you in the table, a win would be very handy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they got a very good result on Tuesday night against Scunthorpe. Put the game to bed very early. That's what we've got to do. They're a decent team. They've got some good players. I mean, Nigel's managed at international level, so they know the time of day that it's going to be a tough game. We're not kidding ourselves about that, but we've got to make sure that we perform like we have done of late. If we do that, we give ourselves a chance.
And York seems to be involved in quite a few high-scoring games. There's no 0-0s with them. Does that mean it's going to be fairly open?
You would have thought so. Yeah. I mean, with ourselves, we've been involved in a few high-scoring games. We've got to keep things tight. We know we have, but we've got to keep playing the way we have been playing of late, and hopefully we can exploit a couple of their weaknesses. We know they're strong and they played with full of energy the other night, and they've got some great finishes. They've got 2 hard-working forwards. Whoever they play are the 3 or 4 that they've got. But we've got to concentrate on ourselves. We've got to try and keep it tight, make sure that we keep a clean sheet. But let's play in the same vein that we've been playing lately.
Injury check. There was a couple who missed out last weekend. How are the likes of Steve and Jamie and Craig as well?
Yeah, there should be. We'll have a look today. We'll know more after training today. Probably a little bit soon for Stevie. Maybe not. He's had a good week, but we just want to make sure they're right. If they're able to sit on the bench, then we'll see where we are.
And I mean, Craig was on the bench last week.
Yeah, Craig was all right. Yeah, I mean, his mouth settled down. The pain that he's been having and the problems he's been having pretty much gone now. We've had a good couple of days on the training ground, and we need a couple more ready to get us ready for an important game.
And Jermaine's hamstring, was that sort of managing rather?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Wes thinks he might be available, and we'll see. We're not going to rush him back. We played well the other day, but if he's fit, then we'd be silly not to make use of him.
And Ashley Vincent back in training.
Yeah, Ashley had his daughter, and hopefully he'll be back.
Fingers crossed. Good luck. Thank you.
Cheers, Paul. Dave, if you just give me 5 minutes, I'll bring it to you. All right? I've only just put it in the dryer. Sorry, mate.
Mark, you don't need to rush Jermaine back because of the performance on Saturday, which is a nice position to be in, isn't it? Because you don't want to risk things with hamstrings.
Yeah, I mean, Wes has been very, very pleasantly surprised. We watched the DVD back of when he when he went down, and it's like Wes always worries when he gets stuff like that. But the strength testing he's been doing on him, the work he's been doing on him. Jermaine was hoping it was just a bit of fatigue, and hopefully that's the case. We're going to have to manage him for a little while, make sure that we keep our eye on him. But he's a big player for us, and we'll do whatever we need to do to make sure that he's fit and available for as many games as we can.
Yeah, you get on well with Eddie Boothroyd, and what was he complimentary after the game? Because most people will probably.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about the games, but we're both. I think he's got his problems, and we were disappointed that we didn't win, and it was just a general chit chat and nothing else. We didn't really. I think they knew that we looked a decent side. I think anybody could see that, but we've got to now turn those performances into results as well.
Yeah, it's probably the most one-sided game of the season, wasn't it? Without getting the result, but
yeah, in terms of for us particularly, yeah. I thought we were excellent. Like I say, the only disappointing thing is that we didn't win the game. Yeah,
but like you said last week, that it was already a must-win game against York. But now you've told them you definitely want to win.
We need to win. We're not where we want to be, and the only way we're going to do that is to put pressure on ourselves, to not undue pressure, not silly pressure, but pressure on ourselves to turn performances like that into wins, 3 points, and start climbing the table. It's not great reading at the minute, seeing where you are in the table, and we're only 10 points off the top, but we want to get in and around it as quickly as we can and make sure we stay there.
Yeah, do you think Jason Taylor's having a little run inside at the moment in the Diamond, and do you think we're starting to see a bit more of what he's capable of now?
I pulled him Tuesday and I just said to him, for me, that this is the Jason Taylor that I signed. We've had flashes last season and bits this season, but he's had a run now of 4 or 5, 6 games. I think he's been excellent. I think his whole game's been really good. His decision making's been good. We know he works hard and puts himself about and organises, which is great for me, on the sidelines. But his pass completion rate's been phenomenal as well. So he's been a big part of us stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, and the defence. More pleased with what you're seeing from the centre halves at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, disappointing with the goal Saturday, but if we're going to have the confidence to play out from the back, then occasionally you're going to make a mistake. We've got to try and iron those mistakes out and make sure they don't happen, and not unduly play in the wrong areas. But I think defensively we've looked solid, we've looked organised, and we're going to be tested over the next few months, so we've got to keep that going.
Yeah, and FA Cup, I know you've got a league game to get out of the way first, but what were your thoughts on the FA Cup draw?
Tough, very tough, particularly away from home. They've got a lot of ex-Football League players. I know quite a few of them. It's going to be a really tough game, really tough place to go. But, we'll worry about that next week.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark. Thank you.